F1 Review. Brad Pitt swaggers through a Formula One drama that's all surface excitement. There's a certain kind of summer movie that's so revved and ready to go, so fuel-injected with flash and talent and star power, not to mention an irresistible subject, that before the movie is barely underway you can feel yourself getting excited about being excited. F1 is one of those movies. It's an epic professional auto race drama that looks and moves like a Formula One vehicle, dizzyingly fast, a touch futuristic in its synthetic design, leaving all second thoughts in the dust. Going into F1, you want to feel the thrill, the energy, the vicarious rush, and on that score there's no denying the movie delivers. The opening sequence is killer. As the majestic bombast of Whole Lotta Love floods the soundtrack, Sonny Hayes, Brad Pitt, who was once a rising Formula One star and is now a freelance has-been, but he's still got the right stuff, stirs himself from a sleepy stupor, plunging his face into an ice bath and sauntering out of the cruddy van he lives in to walk a few steps over to the team pit stop of the 24 Hours of Daytona race, which is already unfolding beneath a starry sky. As he straps himself into the cockpit, which is so small it's as if he were just another component in the car's sophisticated system, he's basically taking over the night shift. Sonny being Sonny, it's his job to lead his team from some dismal spot in the back of the pack right up to first place. He does so, zipping and weaving, piloting the car like a rocket ship to hell. Having taken the team into the lead spot, he says to another member, "Hey, lose the race, I'll kill you." Joseph Kosinski, the director of F1, is the high-tech nostalgist who made Top Gun, Maverick, and he knows how to take that Need for Speed doom-saturated narcotic aesthetic and ratchet it up to maximum rock-and-roll overdrive. The racing scenes in F1 seize your gut and sear the eyeballs. The cars zoom around like sci-fi birds with metal plumage, and the music, by Hans Zimmer, who's an old hand at this, having done the pump-you-up score for Days of Thunder in 1990, works on the audience the way Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross's EDM throb score for Challengers did. We go into F1 excited about being excited, and the film makes good on that. It's nothing if not an adrenaline high. Yet it's a high that may leave you feeling a bit empty afterwards. The film's title, the idea of calling it F1 rather than Formula One, may on some level be cool, but it almost sounds like an attempt to wrangle viewers by convincing them it's a Fast and Furious movie. It's not. Yet F1 is a Formula One movie that relies on overly familiar formulas to tell its story. Produced by Jerry Bruckheimer, with a script by Aaron Kruger, whose brand is reconstituting old tropes, in addition to being one of the 3 screenwriters of Top Gun, Maverick, he has credits that include such Redux product as Dumbo. Early on, he's tracked down to Orlando by his old racing teammate Ruben Cervantes, Javier Bardem, who is now the owner of the APXGP Formula One team, which is doing so badly it's $350 million in the hole. He wants to bring Sonny on. The independent Sonny is allergic to being an entrenched team member, but this is his shot, after 30 years, to demonstrate that he's still the best. So he agrees to come aboard and show the APXGP folks how it's done. Chief among them is Josh Pearce, Damson Idris, the team's hotshot British rookie. He and Sonny will, of course, compete to the death, on and off the track, trying to outdo each other until they learn to work together, with the rivalry flavored, in this case, by the fact that Sonny is an old man, set in his ways. What the audience sees, however, is that it's Sonny's special blend of daredevil try and discipline that wins races. As Josh, Damson Idris summons a brash charisma in a facile and rather underwritten role, while Kerry Condon, from The Banshees of Inisherin, has a snappish appeal as Kate McKenna, APXGP's technical director, the first woman to occupy such a position in the F1 world, who strikes up a combative flirtation with Sonny. You feel how hard the film is working to convince us that this is something more than the obligatory love interest, but damned if it doesn't play like just that. There's a corporate drama hovering in the background. Will APXGP be sold out from under Ruben, which feels like another standard issue spare part? There have been very good auto race dramas, like Ford v Ferrari, centered around conventional macho rivalry plots. That F1 flirts with cliché isn't necessarily a problem. Just look at how commandingly Pitt takes a character we've seen before and paints him with a fresh coat of rusty glamour. But what a movie like this one needs is for the drama to play out within the races themselves. That's what happened in Ford v Ferrari, and in the aerial dogfights of Top Gun and Top Gun, Maverick, which were shot and edited with bedazzling precision, and in the car race film that raised this sort of thing to the level of art, the staggeringly underrated Ferrari. But as F1 sprawls across the Formula One World Championship, moving through the last 9 Grand Prix contests of the season, the races generate a surface buzz, but the stories they're telling are less than razor sharp. The movie is working so hard to be immersive that instead of ever explaining the ins and outs of racing to us, how long between pit stops, how the season works, it simply assumes we know the fine points. Kosinski, who filmed actual F1 contests, scores on atmosphere but stages the races in a way that's fragmentary and at times confusing, without giving us a clear enough picture of how each driver is trying to maneuver. The loudspeaker commentators who narrate the races have to do too much of the work for us. By the time the film starts bringing in the factor of soft tires, which are more effective but wear out instantly, and who's got more tread on their wheels, we have to take it all on faith, because the film is telling us rather than showing us. With the action confined to stadium racetracks, you wonder why Kosinski didn't give the audience more of a consistent eagle's eye overview. That would have helped. But maybe he just counted on the thrill of speed, and the specter of death, to be the film's engine. Is there a suck-in-your-breath cataclysmic crash? Of course there is, but we're invited to exhale from its consequences too easily. In Grand Prix, someone asks why race drivers do what they do, and a racer's girlfriend replies, "It's marvelous to go very fast." Yes, it is, but that in itself isn't enough to make a marvelous movie. Read more about Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, F1, Javier Bardem, Joseph Kosinski, Kerry Condon. Jump to comments. F1 review: Brad Pitt swaggers through a Formula One drama that's all surface excitement. Reviewed at AMC Empire, New York, June 14, 2025. MPA rating, PG-13. Running time, 155 minutes. Production, a Warner Brothers Pictures, Apple Original Films release of a Monolith Pictures, Jerry Bruckheimer Films, Plan B Entertainment, Dawn Apollo Films production. Producers: Jerry Bruckheimer, Joseph Kosinski, Lewis Hamilton, Brad Pitt, Dee Gardner, Jeremy Kleiner, Chad Oman. Executive Producer, Daniel Lupi. Crew, Director, Joseph Kosinski. Screenplay, Aaron Kruger. Camera, Claudio Miranda. Editor, Stephen Mirione. Music, Hans Zimmer. With Brad Pitt, Damson Idris, Kerry Condon, Javier Bardem, Tobias Menzies, Kim Bodnia, Shea Wiggum, Joseph Balderrama, Sarah Niles, Samson Ko. And that's a wrap on today's review. Whether you loved the film or felt it missed the mark, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into cinema, and ring the bell so you never miss a review. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep watching great films.